My cheating wife betrayed me, and I feel no pity after karma struck her hard. The shocking betrayal that changed everything. My wife betrayed me in the worst way. Guess what I found on her phone? I never thought I'd be the guy sharing a story like this on Reddit. But here I am. I train fighters for a living, pouring my heart into my work, while my wife built her career in a corporate world. We had a good marriage, or so I thought. Lately, though, something felt off. She started hitting the gym obsessively, dressing up more than ever, and guarding her phone like it held state secrets. We used to share everything, but now she'd snap if I even glanced at it. Was I just paranoid, or was there a darker truth waiting to destroy me? Have you ever felt that gut-wrenching suspicion? Share your story below. The first red flags I couldn't ignore. A sudden change screamed betrayal, but I had no proof. She'd always been attractive, but now she was spending hours on her appearance, new makeup, fancy hairstyles, the works. It wasn't like her. She'd also stay late at work, claiming big projects, and started taking mysterious business trips. At home, she barely looked at me. Our intimacy vanished. She'd give me quick pecks, nothing more. I tried to initiate closeness, but she'd push me away, blaming exhaustion or motherhood. I felt invisible in my own marriage. My gut screamed something was wrong, but I didn't want to accuse her without evidence. What if I was wrong? Have you ever ignored red flags in a relationship? Tell me in the comments. A suspicious coworker enters the picture. Was her coworker the reason for her distance, or was I overthinking? She used to talk about this guy at work all the time, a charming, well-dressed coworker with a failing marriage. Then, she suddenly stopped mentioning him. I met him once at a work event. He ignored me, acting like I didn't exist. I noticed how he carried himself confident, flashy, the kind of guy who loved a good drink. My wife even hinted she wished I'd loosen up like him. I'm a straightforward guy. I don't drink. I focus on my fighters, my family. But her comments stung. Was she comparing us? Was he the reason she was pulling away? Drop your thoughts below. The tropical trip that haunted me. Her work trip with him drove me crazy. What was really happening? She went on a business trip to a tropical resort with her team, including that coworker and her boss. The thought of her spending days with him in paradise made my stomach churn. I pictured them laughing by the beach, shaving drinks, while I was home with the kids. She called me once, sounding distracted, and brushed off my questions. When she got back, she was distant, barely unpacking, before rushing to the gym. I asked about the trip, but she gave vague answers, saying it was just work. My mind raced. Was she hiding something? I needed to know, but I didn't want to start a fight without proof. Our intimacy died, and so did my trust. She rejected me over and over until I couldn't take it anymore. Our intimate life was non-existent. I tried to get close, but she'd turn away, saying she was too tired or stressed from work. One night, I planned a special evening candles, her favorite music, but she barely acknowledged it, giving me a cold peck before heading to bed. It felt worse than a flat-out rejection. I brought up our lack of closeness, hoping to fix things. She blamed her busy schedule, promising to make more effort. She kissed me that night, and I felt a flicker of hope. But nothing changed. Was she really just tired, or was someone else getting the affection I craved? What would you do if your partner shut you out? I need your advice, Ivzy, your advice. Her phone became her fortress, and my suspicion grew. She guarded her phone like a criminal. What was she hiding? We used to share our phones, freely checking messages, taking photos, no big deal. But now, if I asked to use it for a quick picture, she'd insist I use mine, her tone sharp. One evening, I reached for it to check the weather, and she snatched it away, her eyes flashing with panic. That was the moment I knew something was seriously wrong. Her secrecy screamed betrayal, but I still had no proof. I didn't want to invade her privacy, but the doubt was eating me alive. Was I crazy, or was she hiding a secret that would destroy us? Have you ever caught someone acting suspicious like this? Late nights and lies. My doubt turned to dread. She was sneaking around, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. She started staying late at work more often, coming home exhausted. Then came the business trips, more frequent than ever. She'd leave with a quick goodbye, barely looking at me, and return even colder. I'd ask about her day, but she'd brush me off, saying she was too tired to talk. One night, I woke up to an empty bed. I found her in the living room, texting furiously, her face lit by the screen. When I asked who she was talking to, she jumped, claiming it was a friend, but her nervous laugh told a different story. What was she hiding in those late-night messages? What would you do if you caught your partner sneaking around? Share your thoughts. The coworker I couldn't stop thinking about, was he the one stealing her from me? Or was I paranoid? That coworker kept haunting my thoughts. I remembered how she used to talk about him, his charm, his success, his troubled marriage. She'd stopped mentioning him, but I knew they still worked closely together. I train fighters, a job I'm passionate about, but it doesn't pay like her corporate world. She'd always pushed me to aim higher, saying we needed more stability. Was she drawn to his flashy lifestyle? He wasn't in great shape like me, but he had that polished look, nice suits, smooth talk. I couldn't shake the feeling that he was the reason for her distance. Was I losing her to him? Have you ever felt insecure in a relationship? Drop your story in the comments. The first clue that shattered my trust. I uncovered her late night texts and my world started to crumble. I couldn't take the suspicion anymore. One evening, I checked our phone account online, hoping to find answers. My heart sank. There were countless messages to one number, sent late at night when she thought I was asleep. I didn't recognize the number, but the pattern was undeniable. Who was she talking to at those hours? I wanted to confront her, but I needed more proof. My hand shook as I wrote down the number, determined to find out who it belonged to. Was this the evidence I'd been dreading, or was there an innocent explanation? I had to know, even if it broke me. What would you do if you found suspicious messages? Tell me below. The phone call that confirmed my worst fears. I called the number, and the truth hit me like a punch. I couldn't wait any longer. I drove to a payphone, my heart pounding, and dialed the number from her late-night text. After a few rings, a man answered. I recognized his voice instantly. It was her coworker, the one I'd suspected all along. My blood ran cold. I hung up, my mind racing. She'd been texting him in the middle of the night, hiding it from me. I felt sick, betrayed, but I still needed more proof before confronting her. Was this just a flirty friendship, or had she crossed a line I couldn't forgive? I had to dig deeper, no matter how much it hurt. Have you ever uncovered a betrayal like this? Share your experience. Sneaking into her phone, what I found broke me. I got into her phone, and the lies were worse than I imagined. While she was in the shower, I grabbed her phone, my hands trembling. I checked her contacts. The number was saved under a woman's name, a clever disguise. The texts were deleted, but I knew the truth. That night, I stayed up, pretending to sleep, waiting for her to slip up. Sure enough, she crept out of bed, closing the door behind her. I followed, catching her mid-text. Her face went pale as I asked who she was messaging. She stammered, claiming it was a friend, but I saw the panic in her. Drop your advice below. The confrontation that changed everything. I caught her texting him, and I couldn't hold back anymore. I played it cool, teasing her about her friend, and snatched the phone, pretending it was a game. She lunged for it, her eyes wide with fear, but I held it out of reach. I called the number right in front of her. A man answered her coworker. I read their flirty texts aloud. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Her face crumpled as I demanded answers. She admitted to texting him, claiming it was just flirting. But I knew there was more. I told her this was her last chance to come clean, or we were done. What would she confess next? Have you ever confronted a cheating partner? Her confession destroyed me, but I needed the truth. She admitted to the affair, and my heart shattered into pieces. I stayed calm, my voice steady, and demanded the full truth. She broke down, confessing she'd been flirting with her coworker, a guy struggling in his own marriage. but I pressed harder. Was that all? Tears streaming down her face. She admitted to a physical affair. The details were a knife to my chest. Their romance was passionate, something she hadn't felt with me in years. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. I told her to pack her bags and leave. She begged for forgiveness, but I couldn't even look at her. Was this the end of us? How do you handle a confession like that? I need your advice. Your advice. Protecting myself, I had to be smart. I recorded everything because I couldn't risk her lies. As a former pro fighter, I knew I had to protect myself. False accusations could destroy me, especially with kids involved. I recorded our confrontation just in case she tried to twist the story later. A lawyer friend confirmed it was legal in our state. She left that night sobbing and went to her mom's. She kept calling, begging to talk, but I turned off my phone. I needed space to think. My kids were my priority now, but the pain was unbearable. How could I trust anyone again after this? Have you ever had to protect yourself from a toxic partner? Share your tips below. Karma struck her hard, and I felt no remorse. Karma destroyed her life, and I watched it unfold. I filed for divorce, and we agreed on shared custody. She has to pay me support since she earns more. But her life unraveled fast. Her lover ditched her, leaving her broken. She started drinking heavily, dating random guys she met online, and begging me to take her back. She looked like a shell of herself, drained, lifeless, as if the betrayal had sucked the soul out of her. Her best friend told me she never thought I'd leave. She thought she had control over me. Now, she's paying the price for her choices. Have you seen karma hit someone who betrayed you? Drop your story in the comments. Rebuilding my life, one painful step at a time. I'm trying to move on, but the scars run deep. I found a lawyer who understands my pain. He's been through betrayal too. He's helping me navigate the divorce, and I'm grateful for his support. I'm focusing on my kids, making sure they feel stable despite the chaos. My work training fighters keeps me grounded. Physical exertion helps me cope. I found out they called me a dumb animal in their texts, mocking my job, my lack of a fancy degree. It stings, but I'm proud of who I am. I've always valued self-education growth. I'll get through this for my kids. A glimmer of hope, a new connection. I met someone new, but can I trust again? Two friends. I met an incredible woman. She's kind, loves my kids, and feels like a fresh start. We're taking it slow. I'm still healing, and trust doesn't come easy after what I've been through. She's younger, which makes me a bit self-conscious, but she doesn't seem to care. For the first time in a long time, I feel a spark of hope. My ex, meanwhile, is spiraling deeper, drinking, chasing random guys, looking more broken every day. But I can't save her. I'm focusing on my future, one step at a time. What's the best way to trust again after betrayal? Tell me in the comments. The fallout her life fell apart, and I moved on. She thought I'd never leave, but now she's paying the price. My ex never expected me to walk away. She thought her success gave her control over me. A betrayal backfired. She's a mess. Her once vibrant beauty faded, replaced by exhaustion and regret. My new relationship is growing stronger. My kids adore her, and she brings light into our life. I'm still cautious, but I'm learning to open up again. My ex keeps calling, begging for another chance, but I'm done. I made the right choice leaving, and I'll never look back. Have you ever had to cut off a toxic ex? Lessons learned moving forward with strength. This betrayal broke me, but it also made me stronger. I never thought I'd be a single dad, navigating life after such a devastating betrayal. But I've learned so much. I've learned to trust my gut, to stand up for myself, and to prioritize my kids above all else. I've also learned that karma has a way of balancing things out. My ex's life fell apart, but I'm finding my footing. I'm diving deeper into my passions, training fighters, reading, even picking up new hobbies like video editing. Small steps every day are helping me heal. I'll never let betrayal define me. What's the biggest lesson you've learned from a breakup? Drop it in the comments. A new chapter and a final word of advice. I'm starting over, and I have one piece of advice for you. If you're going through a betrayal like I did, keep moving forward. At first, you'll feel empty, then sad, then hopeless. But don't stop. Focus on yourself, hit the gym, learn a new skill, do something that makes you better every day. I started filming short videos of my fighters, and it's become a passion that keeps me grounded. My kids are thriving, my new relationship is blossoming, and I'm finally at peace. My ex is still lost, but that's not my burden anymore. If you're in pain, know that you'll get through it one step at a time. What's your best advice for healing from betrayal? Share below